In the glittering world of fame and fortune, the deaths of celebrities often become shrouded in mystery and myth.
She was an actress with big potential. Then Brittany Murphy died young.
Every single word out of his mouth was a lie.
From the dramatic demise of iconic figures to the untimely exits of beloved stars, this video delves into the real stories behind the sensational headlines, revealing truths often more intriguing than fiction. Number 1. Matthew Perry, Beyond the Whirlpool Myths. When it comes to the demise of beloved celebrities, truth often becomes entangled with fiction. Matthew Perry, famed for his role as Chandler Bing in the iconic sitcom Friends, is a prime example. A swirl of rumors suggested a dramatic end, a tragic drowning in his whirlpool while inebriated. But let's dive into the real story, shall we? Matthew Perry's life, both on and off the screen, was a roller coaster of highs and lows. Known for his quick wit and impeccable comic timing, Perry also battled personal demons, including substance abuse. These struggles were well documented, painting a picture of a man fighting valiantly against his inner turmoil. His candidness about these issues endeared him to fans who empathized with his human frailties. The whirlpool myth likely stemmed from this very public battle. Imagine the scene: a famous actor, known for his off-screen struggles, found in his luxurious whirlpool. It's the kind of dramatic narrative that captures public imagination. But reality, as it often does, tells a different tale. Contrary to the whirlpool narrative, Perry's actual cause of death was far from this sensationalized version. The truth, revealed through official sources and close confidants, pointed to health complications unrelated to the rumored aquatic accident. These complications were a culmination of years of health issues, some linked to his past addictions, others to the natural course of life. It's crucial to remember the impact of such misrepresentations. When a celebrity dies, especially under mysterious or unclear circumstances, speculation runs rampant. In the case of Matthew Perry, the whirlpool myth overshadowed the real, perhaps less sensational but equally tragic story of a man who grappled with life's challenges. Number 2. Avicii, Tim Bergling, The Untold Story of a DJ's Despair. Tim Bergling, known to the world as Avicii, captured hearts with his electrifying music, but behind the beats lay a story of struggle and despair. The Swedish DJ's death in 2018 sent shockwaves through the music world, with many initially speculating a drug overdose. However, the reality was more complex and heart-wrenching. Avicii's rise to fame was meteoric. Hits like Levels and Wake Me Up became anthems of a generation. But beneath the glitz of fame, Bergling battled severe anxiety and the relentless pressures of a global spotlight. The life of a world-renowned DJ, it turns out, was far from the non-stop party many imagined. Despite his success, Avicii's personal life was a tumultuous journey. The constant touring, the late nights, and the high expectations took their toll. He faced a relentless cycle of stress and exhaustion, compounded by his struggles with mental health. His documentary, True Stories, laid bare his vulnerabilities, revealing a young man grappling with the weight of his own stardom. In a heartbreakingly ironic twist, it was Avicii's passion for music that both propelled him to fame and contributed to his downfall. The pressure to perform and produce hit after hit became an unbearable burden. His retreat from touring in 2016 was a cry for help, a desperate attempt to find balance in a life that had spun out of control. Avicii's tragic end came not at the hands of the vices that so often accompany celebrity life, but from a deep-seated despair. In a final, desperate act, he took his own life using a glass shard, a stark reminder of the fragility beneath his superstar facade. Number 3, XXXTentacion, A Tale of Greed, Not Gangs. The murder of José Dwayne Ricardo Onfroy, better known as XXXTentacion, paints a stark picture of how fame, fortune, and false narratives can intertwine tragically. Initially, rumors and speculations suggested gang-related violence or feuds within the rap community as the cause of his untimely demise. However, the truth that emerged was not of artistic rivalry or gang affiliations, but rather a grim tale of greed. XXXTentacion, a controversial figure in the music industry, was known for his raw and emotional music that resonated deeply with his fans. His tracks often delved into themes of depression, anxiety, and existential struggles, connecting with a generation grappling with similar issues. But beyond his musical persona, Onfroy's life was a complex tapestry of fame, legal troubles, and a challenging upbringing. On June 18, 2018, the narrative of a gang-related murder started to unravel when XXXTentacion was tragically shot in a robbery outside a motorcycle dealership in Florida. He was merely 20 years old. The young rapper was reportedly carrying $50,000 in cash, intended for purchasing a motorcycle. This significant amount of money became the catalyst for the tragic event that unfolded. The investigation into his murder revealed a different story from the initial gang-related assumptions. It was found that 3 men, motivated by sheer greed, planned and executed the robbery, leading to XXXTentacion's death. This revelation shifted the public's understanding of the incident from one steeped in the stereotypes of rap culture and violence to a more mundane yet equally tragic reality of a robbery gone horribly wrong. Number 4. Lady Diana, Tragedy Beyond the Flash. The death of Lady Diana Spencer, affectionately known as the People's Princess, remains one of the most heart-wrenching chapters in modern history. Her fatal car crash in 1997 in Paris sparked a myriad of conspiracy theories, with initial speculations attributing the tragedy to the blinding flash of a paparazzo's camera. However, the real causes of this tragedy were far more complex and sobering. Princess Diana, known for her humanitarian work and charismatic presence, was hounded by the paparazzi throughout her life, especially post her separation from Prince Charles. On that fateful August night, as she left the Ritz Hotel with Dodi Al-Fayed, her companion, the couple was pursued by photographers, leading many to believe that this chase led to the tragic crash in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel. However, subsequent investigations unfolded a different story. The driver, Henry Paul, was found to be under the influence of alcohol and prescription drugs, impairing his ability to drive safely. Additionally, the speed at which the car was traveling, trying to evade the persistent paparazzi, played a crucial role in the accident's severity. These factors, combined with the fact that Diana was not wearing a seatbelt, culminated in a tragedy that shook the world. Despite these findings, alternative theories and speculations continued to swirl. Some suggested foul play, pointing fingers at various establishments threatened by Diana's popularity and her humanitarian campaigns. Others believed in the involvement of external forces who did not approve of her relationship with Dodi Al-Fayed. These theories, though widely publicized, lacked substantial evidence and were overshadowed by the official explanation. Number 5. John Lennon, Love and Music, Not Feuds. John Lennon, a name synonymous with peace, love, and revolutionary music, met an untimely and tragic end that shocked the world. Amidst the outpouring of grief and disbelief, rumors and speculations surfaced about his relationships, particularly with fellow Beatle, Paul McCartney. Contrary to the tales of bitter feuds, the reality was a story of enduring friendship, marred by normal ups and downs, culminating in Lennon's tragic assassination. John Lennon and Paul McCartney's partnership was at the heart of the Beatles' success. Their collaboration produced some of the most iconic songs in music history. Like any close relationship, especially in the high-pressure world of fame, their bond experienced strains and disagreements. The Beatles' breakup in 1970 fueled rumors of a deep rift between Lennon and McCartney, a narrative that persisted for years. However, the truth was more nuanced. While they did have differences and periods of estrangement, Lennon and McCartney shared a profound connection rooted in their shared experiences and creative synergy. In the years following the Beatles' split, both musicians spoke of their mutual respect and affection. Lennon, in interviews and through his music, expressed his love and admiration for McCartney, debunking the myth of an irreparable feud. On December 8, 1980, Lennon's life was tragically cut short. He was shot and killed by Mark David Chapman, a deranged fan, outside his New York City apartment. This event was not a result of music industry feuds or personal vendettas, but the act of a mentally disturbed individual. Lennon's death stunned the world, leaving fans and fellow artists, including McCartney, in profound sorrow. Number 6. Adolf Hitler, a bizarre end to a dictator. Adolf Hitler, the notorious dictator who plunged the world into the darkest chapters of the 20th century, met his end in a manner as bizarre as it was anticlimactic. The Führer, responsible for unimaginable atrocities and the instigator of World War II, spent his final hours in a manner almost theatrical in its strangeness, a stark contrast to the chaos he had unleashed upon the world. As the Allies closed in on Berlin in April 1945, Hitler, along with his closest associates and his newlywed wife, Eva Braun, retreated to the depths of his bunker. This subterranean fortress, a grim setting for the final act of the Third Reich, became the stage for a surreal conclusion to Hitler's reign of terror. In these last hours, Hitler's demeanor fluctuated between delusional hope and grim resignation. According to eyewitness accounts and historical records, there was an eerie sense of normalcy in the bunker, despite the relentless bombardment above and the imminent collapse of the Nazi regime. Hitler and Braun were married in a small ceremony, a bizarre gesture of normality amidst the apocalyptic scenario unfolding outside. The atmosphere within the bunker was one of a morbid farewell party, with champagne and cognac, as if to maintain a facade of normalcy, or perhaps as a final act of defiance. It was within this surreal setting that Hitler, on April 30th, 1945, made the decision to end his life. Alongside Eva Braun, who took cyanide, Hitler chose a bullet. The deaths of Hitler and Braun were surrounded by a shroud of secrecy, with their bodies quickly burned, as per Hitler's instructions. This hurried disposal led to numerous conspiracy theories about his survival and escape, theories that persisted for decades. However, historical evidence and forensic analysis have since confirmed the reality of his suicide. Number 7. Bruce Lee. Mystery beyond the martial arts. Bruce Lee, the legendary martial artist and cultural icon, left the world in stunned disbelief with his untimely death in 1973 at the age of 32. While officially attributed to a brain edema caused by an allergic reaction to a painkiller, the circumstances surrounding his passing have been the subject of speculation and various theories, some bordering on the fantastical. Lee's death came at the pinnacle of his fame, just before the release of his groundbreaking film Enter the Dragon. His unmatched physical prowess and charismatic screen presence had made him not just a movie star, but a symbol of Asian strength and prowess. It was this larger-than-life image that made his sudden death so hard to comprehend, and the official explanation so difficult for many to accept. The most accepted medical explanation for Lee's death is cerebral edema, a swelling of the brain caused by a hypersensitive reaction to a painkiller he was given for a headache. However, this seemingly straightforward cause was clouded by the numerous conspiracy theories that quickly surfaced. Some speculated about a curse, considering the later death of his son, Brandon Lee, in equally unusual circumstances. Others suggested foul play involving the Triads, the Chinese criminal organizations, owing to Lee's disruption of their influence in the Hong Kong film industry. Another theory proposed that Lee's death was caused by Yon Dim Mak, the so-called death touch of martial arts lore. This theory, though lacking scientific basis, added to the mystique surrounding Lee and his mastery of martial arts. Moreover, there were rumors about Lee's physical condition, with some suggesting that his intense physical training and diet regimen might have played a role in his untimely demise. His rigorous routines and experiments with different physical conditioning techniques were well known, leading to speculation about whether these contributed to his death. Number 8. Natalie Wood. A Hollywood mystery unfolds. Natalie Wood's drowning in 1981 is a Hollywood story marked by glamour, tragedy, and enduring mystery. Initially ruled as an accidental drowning, the circumstances surrounding the death of this celebrated actress have been the subject of speculation, investigation, and media intrigue for decades. Wood, known for her roles in classics like West Side Story and Rebel Without a Cause, was found dead off the coast of Catalina Island. She had been on a weekend boat trip with her husband Robert, Wagner and actor Christopher Walken. The initial investigation concluded that Wood, allegedly trying to secure a dinghy from the yacht, accidentally fell into the water and drowned. However, this explanation left many questions unanswered and seemed insufficient for someone known to have a fear of dark water. In the years following her death, the case was intermittently thrust back into the limelight, fueled by new testimonies and evidence. In 2011, the investigation was officially reopened after the boat's captain, Dennis Davern, publicly stated that he had lied to police during the initial investigation and that a violent argument had occurred between Wood and Wagner on the night of her disappearance. The reopened case brought to light several new aspects. Forensic analysis pointed to several bruises on Wood's body, which may have been sustained before she entered the water, contradicting the initial accidental drowning conclusion. This finding, combined with conflicting testimonies and inconsistencies in the original statements, added layers of complexity to the case. Despite the renewed investigation, Natalie Wood's death remains shrouded in mystery. Theories range from accidental drowning to more sinister explanations involving foul play. The lack of conclusive evidence and the passage of time have made it challenging to piece together the exact events of that fateful night. Number 9. George Reeves, Superman's unresolved fate. George Reeves, best known for his portrayal of Superman in the 1950s television series, met an end as mysterious and controversial as any fictional plot from his on-screen world. His death in 1959, officially ruled a suicide, has been the subject of debate and speculation, with alternative theories suggesting murder or an accidental shooting. Reeves's portrayal of the Man of Steel brought him fame, but also typecasting, limiting his career opportunities. This professional frustration, according to some, led to depression and ultimately his suicide. On that fateful June night, Reeves was found dead in his bedroom with a gunshot wound to the head. A gun was found at the scene, and no signs of forced entry or struggle were evident. However, the simplicity of the official explanation didn't sit well with many. Friends and colleagues described Reeves as an upbeat, optimistic individual, not someone likely to take his own life. Furthermore, discrepancies in the police report and the handling of the crime scene added to the doubts. There were reports of a party at Reeves's house the night of his death, leading to theories that he might have been accidentally shot during a scuffle, or that his death was a more sinister homicide disguised as a suicide. One popular theory posited that Reeves's death was connected to his alleged affair with Toni Mannix, the wife of MGM executive Eddie Mannix. According to this theory, the affair, having ended prior to Reeves's death, could have motivated a revenge killing, either by Eddie Mannix or someone acting on his behalf. Another angle explored was the possibility of an accidental shooting. Reeves, known to enjoy a party lifestyle, could have been showing off his gun to guests, leading to an accidental discharge. This theory, however, is weakened by the lack of witnesses coming forward with such a story. Number 10. Bob Marley, a reggae legend's unsung battle. Bob Marley, the iconic reggae musician whose music transcended borders and generations, died in May 1981, not due to the commonly believed reasons of political conspiracy or external foul play, but from a battle with cancer, a fact often overshadowed by his larger-than-life persona and the social and political weight of his music. Marley's journey with cancer began in 1977, when a malignant melanoma was discovered under the toenail of his right foot. Often mistaken for a sports injury, this serious condition was in fact a symptom of acral lentiginous melanoma, a form of skin cancer. Marley, whose music and Rastafarian faith emphasized natural healing, initially chose not to have the toe amputated, a decision that would have medical consequences. Contrary to various conspiracy theories that linked his death to his political influence or alleged enemies, Marley's health steadily deteriorated as the cancer spread to his brain, lungs, and stomach. These theories gained traction due to Marley's influential status and his advocacy for peace and justice, which often put him at odds with the political establishment. However, medical records and reports from those close to him confirm the progression of his illness as the cause of his death. Number 11. Thomas Ince, Hollywood mogul's mysterious exit. Thomas Ince, a pioneering film producer and Hollywood mogul of the early 20th century, met an untimely and mysterious end in 1924, sparking rumors and speculations that have tantalized Tinseltown for nearly a century. Officially, his death was attributed to heart failure, but the circumstances surrounding his passing have been shrouded in rumor, innuendo, and mystery, intertwining with the lore of Hollywood's golden age. Ince, known as the father of the Western, was a major figure in the development of the motion picture industry. His unexpected death occurred shortly after his 44th birthday, which he celebrated on media tycoon William Randolph Hearst's yacht, the Oneida. The official cause of death, as reported, was acute indigestion leading to heart failure. However, this straightforward explanation did not satisfy the Hollywood community or the media, leading to rampant speculation. One of the most persistent rumors suggested that Ince was accidentally shot by Hearst. According to this theory, Hearst had intended to shoot Charlie Chaplin, whom he mistakenly believed was having an affair with his mistress, actress Marion Davies. Ince, caught in the crossfire, supposedly received a mortal wound. This theory was fueled by the immediate cremation of Ince's body, which some saw as an attempt to cover up evidence of a shooting. Another rumor posited that Ince suffered from a chronic stomach ailment exacerbated by excessive drinking at the party, leading to his death. This version gained credibility due to Ince's known health issues and the lifestyle of excess common in Hollywood at the time. Number 12. Brittany Murphy, an actress's untimely departure. Brittany Murphy's sudden death in December 2009, at the age of 32, sent shockwaves through Hollywood and sparked a myriad of theories and speculations. Officially attributed to pneumonia, anemia, and multiple drug intoxication, her demise has been a topic of intrigue and mystery, fueled by rumors and conflicting reports. Murphy, known for her roles in Clueless, 8 Mile, and Girl Interrupted, was a rising star with a distinctive talent and charisma. Her death, therefore, seemed all the more shocking and unexpected. The Los Angeles County Coroner's report stated that her death was accidental, caused by a combination of pneumonia, iron deficiency anemia, and multiple drug intoxication from over-the-counter and prescription medications. However, the straightforward nature of this explanation was not enough to quell the public's curiosity and skepticism. Some theories suggested the presence of toxic mold in her home, speculating that this could have contributed to her respiratory problems and ultimate death. This theory gained traction especially after the sudden death of her husband, Simon Monjack, under similar circumstances 5 months later. Further adding to the mystery, Murphy's father, Angelo Bertolotti, disputed the coroner's findings. He claimed that toxicology tests he commissioned found evidence of heavy metals in her system, suggesting possible poisoning. However, these claims were not officially supported, and the coroner's office criticized the testing methods used. Number 13. Isadora Duncan, a dramatic final act. Isadora Duncan, a trailblazing figure in the world of modern dance, met an end as dramatic and unconventional as her life in 1927. Known for her free-spirited performances and the rejection of classical ballet norms, Duncan's death was a bizarre twist of fate that mirrored the unpredictability of her artistic expression. On the evening of September 14, 1927, in Nice, France, Duncan's life came to an abrupt and tragic end in what can only be described as a freak accident. She was a passenger in an open-top Amilcar, a French sports car, driven by her mechanic and rumored lover, Benoit Falchetto. As they departed, Duncan reportedly uttered the fateful words, "Adieu, mes amis, je vais à la gloire." Goodbye, my friends, I am off to glory. A statement that eerily foreshadowed the tragedy that was about to unfold. The accident was caused by Duncan's iconic long, flowing scarf, a hallmark of her distinctive style. As the car accelerated along the Promenade des Anglais, the scarf, draped around her neck, became entangled in the vehicle's open-spoked wheel and rear axle. Duncan was suddenly jerked from the car and dragged for several yards before the driver could stop. The scarf had tightened around her neck, causing fatal injuries. This freak accident was an unforeseen and dramatic end to a life that had always defied convention.